Coronavirus is real. This disease has taken so many lives. Some are hospitalized in their need of survival. So you and I are enjoined to ensure that we observe all protocols and do all things possible to protect ourselves and our loved ones. We are asked to always put on our face masks when with people and constantly wash our hands with running water and soap. Welcome to your program today. My name still remains Patrick Abambo. Today we'll be looking straight into issues that affects you and I in terms of security. In Nigeria, as we speak, there have been so many reports of insecurity everywhere. All regions in Nigeria, there are reports of one insecurity or the other. I have two gentlemen in the guests with me to look on this issue. Already from my far left is Chidi Omeje. Chidi Omeje is publisher, editor-in-chief of Nigerian Security Digest. He's always been here, was here with us last week. So we'll continue from where we left last week. Yeah. Then with him, my immediate left is my brother, Suleiman Ubagaya. Suleiman Ubagaya was the immediate past National Deputy President of the Nigerian Guild of Editors and is the Chief Executive of Sky Limit Media Group. Last week, he couldn't effectively contribute on the program because of network challenges, but here he is in the studio live with us. So, gentlemen, it's a pleasure to have you in the studio right now.
Our pleasure too, thank
you. Okay, I wouldn't bother you to be talking about the issue of COVID because we know the reality is staring us. So we are just going to what affects us here in Nigeria particularly. There are reports of insecurity everywhere. Of course, the one that we were used to is the Northeast, the Northwest, North Centrals, Southeast, now Southwest. South has always been there, so everywhere there seems to be insecurity. But let me find out from you, Chidi. Is this insecurity, is it real?
Of course it's real. I mean, it's real. It's real like daybreak. We are living with it, we are seeing it. The country has not known peace for some time. We have a lot of contemporary security challenges assailting the country. Of course, we talked about the insurgency in the northeast, and of course, there is also the banditry, that is ravaging the northwest. And of course, we have the kidnappers. Of course, the farmers' headers clashes, the north central, and of course now we also have militancy in the south, talking about the Niger Delta region. Of course, we have also agitations in the southeast. We now have some issues, skirmishes around the southwest concerning the headers, farmers' clash. So we are really confronted with multiple challenges in terms of security. And but the good thing is that the government is not sleeping. And another good thing again is that our military are up and doing, and they've been able to assist the country in this moment of need, because ordinarily they are not. That is not their primary responsibility, really. You see, internal security challenges, such as we have mentioned, ought to be the Nigerian police ought to be the lead agency to handle issues like this. But because we have because of the level of insecurity we're talking about, which is clearly beyond the capacity of the Nigerian police, that's why we now see the military coming in to take the lead. And of course, we have seen their efforts so far. Every day we read in the papers or watch on the TVs and hear how they are, tackling these challenges across the country. So there's a multiplicity of internal security operations going on in the country, and we must appreciate those who are in charge, those who are working hard to ensure that this security do not, all these security problems do not overwhelm us as a country.
Right. Yes. Let me come to you. Last week, I'm very much aware that you traversed the whole of the Northwest, Kano, Kaduna, Jigawa. You were the report is that there are a lot of bandits, but I'm happy that you're here. And incidentally, because you love driving, you drove yourself all this wide. So, but in the Northwest, how real or how bad is it, this insecurity?
Well, of course, it's really bad But like my brother, Mr. Chidi, just said, the military, especially under the last dispensation, and hopefully, of course, under the present dispensation, has done and is going to do a lot to, to tackle what remains of the insecurity in the Northwest and in other parts of the country. As you rightly said, of course, I like traveling by road and driving myself wherever I'm going to. I have traversed the length and breadth of especially the Northwest, traveling as far as Sokoto Kebbi, to see for myself the level of insecurity and the performance of our security services. And I can happily inform you that the security services have largely contained the insecurity that was very much prevalent all over the Northwest.
Okay. Yeah, he said something that, and that is in agreement with what you said, that the past leadership, especially talking about the service chiefs, they did well, and hoping that these present ones will continue and improve on what they did. And maybe is the affirmation statement by Mr. President that these people indeed did well, and that is why they were nominated for the ambassadorial assignment to represent Nigeria outside the country. But some Nigerians have actually opposing it, kicking against it. What will be your take to this?
Well, as far as I'm concerned, there's no way you look at it that you will not applaud the immediate past service chiefs, and the leadership, the entire leadership of the military that just phased out. They have paid their dues. They fought the war as much as they were able to do, and these are patriotic people who have, spent over 40 years of their working life to put into the national security issue. Talking about the Mr. President's decision to nominate them for further assignments, it goes to show, that a president that appreciates, or rather who have studied these men and believe that they deserve, or rather he want them to do more job for the country. And if you look at it, you understand that as a country now, we are faced with all manner of security challenges, and the military are in the forefront of this. It means that at any bilateral relations, the military discussions or military relationship will always be top gear. So I think that my thinking is that probably the president believed that these people who haven't worked as military leaders for the past 5 years, and of course have very clear understanding of Mr. President's vision about the security, will be able to help him, further his bilateral relations across. So to me, I think that yes, some Nigerians are talking about it, but everybody has the right to complain. Everybody has the right to say what they like. But as far as I'm concerned, these men are well qualified. They are patriotic, and I'm sure the president trusts them enough to want to give them further assignments. We should be able to, give them support, let them go out there and do the country proud. I don't know where they are going to be posted, but I want to believe that Mr. President, who has of course he receives information more than me and you, so he knows what he knows, and I'm sure that may have informed the decision to nominate them for non-career ambassadors. So Nigerians should just give them a chance again to see what they can do for us in that capacity.
Yeah, still with you. One international scholar, particularly Professor Bola Akinteriwa, he said particularly that he knows that the United States of America and the Britain will not accept these ones if they are posted there, because they already are accused of human rights violation. What would be your take there?
Well, I don't know when mere allegation or accusation have become substantive. So look, as far as I know, Nigerians know, they have, all manner of people have come up to allege one or two things, but have they been found guilty? Have any of these people been able to prove what they are alleging? Look, in the course of doing this work they are doing, they are bound to step on toes. Even the ones we are going to bring on board now will definitely step on toes, because they have to the job must be done. I'm not trying to hope for them, because they are capable of defending themselves, but I'm trying to say that it would be wrong for us to assume that just because some people are alleging things, that these people have now been condemned. Until you prove it, until you are able to substantiate all those claims, you can't afford to tar them on any brush, with any brush, until that is to happen.
See, that's it.
Yes.
Yeah, that's to you now. What would you want to say to those who are opposing to this?
Well, you see, throughout history, there is no creature of God that has ever been loved or supported by all. You know, if you are a Christian, Jesus Christ has never been supported or loved by all. You understand? If you are a Muslim, Prophet Muhammad has never been supported or loved by all. You understand? So if these pious, the highest creatures that we hold in a way, you know, could be looked at negatively by some people, I'm not surprised that the immediate first service chiefs are being accused or being condemned by some Nigerians. But by and large, what is most significant is, like Mr. Chidi said, Mr. President knows, he wears the shoes and knows where it pinches. More than you and I, more than any Nigerian, Mr. President knows what these guys have achieved for Nigeria. And if they have not achieved anything, definitely there is no way he will have nominated them for ambassadorial positions. You understand? There have been all sorts of talks about, for example, the former chief of army staff being reported to ICC, International Criminal Court, and things like that. But what a lot of people that are passing a lot of commentaries on these people don't even realize is that the ICC is aimed at, you know, bringing to book personalities who commit the gravest offenses that are of concern to the international community. Have the former service chiefs committed such an offense? Where, how, when? You understand? The fact is they have not. So, but people, of course, there is a freedom of speech, you know, in Nigeria, so a lot of people can pass any commentary. They can say whatever they want to say. But the fact remains, millions of Nigerians are fully appreciative of what they have done, of what the military has done under them, and what the military is going to do under the present dispensation, God willing.
Okay.
You know, so these are the issues.
Okay. Chidi, let me come to you. Because we're looking at a way out of the insecurity. You have given us the current situation and what is being done and all that. Is this a way out? Because in the Southwest, just in the last 2 weeks, a young Nigerian, Sunday Ogoho, came up, and some people are singing Messiah has arrived, and a lot of other things, and some also likening him to the Nnamdi Kanu of the south of the hip-hop and all that. Is it the right way to go?
Well, it's not the right way to go, but we have to acknowledge the fact that, you know, it is the lacuna, it is the space created by probably leadership issues that give rise to these kind of things. You see, what I mean is this. We have state governments, and state governments ought to play some role in their state to ensure that they bridge the gap. Now, if you create a gap, some people will take opportunity to shine. Now, look at what is happening in the Southeast, for instance. We are hearing about IPOP, we are hearing about ESN, that Eastern Security Network, and this is all because there is a yawning gap in terms of security there. And I am very sure that even the governors, they have not played the role they ought to have played. If they were able to articulate themselves and ensure that they gazette a very good security response to whatever issues assail them, there will be no need for non-state actors to take opportunity. The same thing applies to the Southwest. That probably the issues of kidnapping and all that were not well handled, and the state government were not actually doing the best.
But let me tell you, but I thought that the state government in the Southwest established the Amatoku.
Yes,
Is it that those people have failed?
That will show you that the Amatoku stuff was not very effective. And I don't really, this should be an ideal thing, really. I don't think that it's the best to have no state actors taking care of our security challenges as a country. We have constitution, we have rules, we have security agencies that are supposed to take care of all these things. But what I'm trying to say is that, you see, the whole thing boils down to the way we have our national security architecture fashioned out. We are neglecting the roles of the police. We are look. People don't talk about Nigerian police anymore. What about the intelligence community? You see, now everything is the military. Every issue, and people talk about the military. Assuming we have 80% of the police, even 40% of the policemen will deploy to take care of politicians and their wives and the artists and everything, bring them to do their normal policing job, probably will not have all these yawning gaps. But because the national security architecture is such that it's so weak, it's so disorganized that the police system has been, so let me use the word bastardized to the point that they don't do their job anymore. They rather carry bags for politicians and leaving the job they're supposed to do. Look, let me tell you something. I taught in the police school that was around 1990 in Jos, PTS Jos, and I know that, look, police ought to play key roles in this kind of internal security issues. But we have neglected that. We have destroyed everything. All they do is to send them to man politicians and their wives, carry their bags, and then we now leave the whole space
Open
to
space.
the military.
So many ungoverned space.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Let me come to you, Suleiman. Yeah. You heard what he said, and the police. I saw you nodding your head. Yeah. Now, is that a good reason why some governors or some persons are calling for state police? Do you think that will be a solution?
Well, it may be in a small way anyway, because there are far more fundamental issues that have not been addressed. Talking about insecurity, unless we address these issues that I'm going to mention, there is no way we'll accomplish or we'll get to the promised land. You understand? For example, the issue of poverty. So much imbalance, social imbalance, you understand? The gap between the haves and the haves not. These are issues that must be addressed. Further to that, there is the issue of unemployment. 72% of Nigeria's population consists of people that are 32 years and under. And most of them are unemployed. Unless you address that, there is no way you can have complete security in Nigeria or anywhere else. You understand? And we unfortunately have a situation where, especially our legislators, whenever an opportunity comes up for employment, they try to seize it for themselves.
Yeah, because they were just the recent one government initiated.
Exactly. You know, the Minister for Labour, or Minister of State for Labour, was having a very heated exchange with some federal legislators, some senators, if I remember. You understand? That shouldn't be the case. So unless there is social justice, these issues will never, ever be addressed. We'll never see the back of insecurity. You have to have social justice. And Mr. President has tried his best to address that by insisting in the local government system be revived.
Yeah.
You understand? He even signed an executive order also giving autonomy to the legislature and the judiciary at the state levels. Unfortunately, the governors came up together under the banner of the Governors Forum to resist it. They even took the federal government to court. Obviously, they don't want that to happen.
Yeah, does it mean these people don't care about the welfare of their citizens?
No, definitely not. And part of the problem we're having in Nigeria is, like my brother Chidi said, this over-concentration in federal government activities. Everybody looks at the federal government, forgetting that there is his own or her own state.
That's right.
You know, governors should do more. Right now, we don't pay any attention to the governors. We concentrate all our attention in the federal government, you know, allowing the governors to have a field day, doing whatever they want. And they have swallowed or put the legislator at the state level in their pockets. There is virtually no state legislator that is active in Nigeria. You know, so also the judiciary in a way is trying its best. You know, but unless these issues are addressed, and the local government system also, my brother, is very, very important. We revive it because that's the hope of the common man. You know, a son of nobody or a daughter of nobody can become local government chairman or a councillor. And there are opportunities also for procurement. You can get a small contract of 100, 200,000 to supply one or two things, and maybe make a profit of 20, 30,000 that you can use as a capital to start some business. You know, so these are some basic issues that have been ignored, and unless we address them, forget about Nigeria having security again, honestly.
In fact, I'm worried. Though I'm getting signal, we must sign up for other programs to continue. But maybe as something as a thought for you, even as you leave, some places they are asking some Nigerians to evacuate, giving ultimatum and all that. Some say this will create disintegration in the country. But maybe it's for us to look into the next edition of this program, whether it's viable, whether it's possible for us to do that. Not next week, because already they say we should leave. But sorry, viewers, if you are joining us, sorry, we've come to the end of the discussion today.
All right.
We didn't start quite on time, but I'm sure you gotten one or two things. Next week we'll bring you another exciting edition. Hopefully, I will continue with my guests. We'll talk more better on these issues. Until next week, we'll come here, guys. Say thanks for staying tuned and bye for now.